Hey yo, I'm Noriko. Today I'll be sharing about the homeostasis of thermoregulation. Food for thought. This is a list of the hottest and coldest countries around the world, with the hottest country being Burkina Faso, with a temperature of 29.3 degrees Celsius, and the lowest temperature to be recorded is negative 18.6 degrees Celsius. So, with such stark contrast in the temperatures, have you ever thought about why the people living in Greenland have about the same body temperature as somebody living in Qatar? Today, I'll answer your question through the topic of homeostasis of thermoregulation. The word homeostasis stems from two Greek words, homeo and stasis, meaning similar, and stasis meaning stable. The word thermoregulation simply means maintenance of temperature. So, homeostasis of thermoregulation is the maintenance of temperature at a similar or stable constant. Thermoregulation in the body is carried out via the negative feedback mechanism, whereby when the body temperature decreases, heating mechanisms will be activated, and the body temperature will then increase back to normal, and vice versa. So why do we need to thermoregulate? It's because the human body maintains the temperature where the enzymes work best, which is around 37 degrees Celsius. Any deviation from this specific temperature can cause enzymes to denature and become less effective. Introducing the thermoregulatory center, the hypothalamus. It acts as a thermostat to regulate the body's temperature, and it also works with other parts of the body, such as the skin, sweat glands, blood vessels, and even the muscles to regulate body temperature. Mechanisms of heat exchange include convection, whereby heat is transferred from body to moving liquid or air, such as wind, evaporation, where heat loss occurs through sweat, and also conduction, whereby the body transfers heat directly to a surface in contact, and also radiation, whereby heat is transferred through electromagnetic waves. So, what happens when it's too cold? When it's too cold, the temperature receptors in the hypothalamus will stimulate heat producing mechanisms. These include vasoconstriction, whereby superficial arteries are constricted to reduce heat loss to the air. So, some of the visible symptoms is that your skin will look pale, like bluish purple, because there is less blood flow to the surface of your skin. And also, number two, you'll be shivering when it's cold. So, shivering is random contraction of the muscles to increase aerobic respiration. This produces heat. And number three, the thyroid also stimulates cells to increase metabolic heat production. Altogether, this will cause the body temperature to increase so that temperature homeostasis is restored. So let's go into detail about vasoconstriction. So when the skin receptors detect cold, information will be sent to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus then processes this information and sends commands to the dermal arterioles to do two things. First of all, it will cause the shunt vessels to dilate. So more blood will be directed to the subcutaneous layer, which is the fat layer underneath your skin. So the second thing is that it will cause your circular muscle, which is somewhere around here, to contract, so that less blood flow will be directed to the skin surface. Altogether, this will conserve the heat to prevent heat loss out of the body. So what happens when it's too hot? So when it's too hot, there will be heat releasing mechanisms that are activated. First of all, it is vasodilation, where your superficial arteries are dilated to increase heat loss to the air. So one of the visible symptoms is that your skin will be flushed, such as when it's hot, your skin will be red. So the second thing is that sweating will be initiated in the skin, whereby the release of heat is done through sweating, the evaporation of heat done through sweating. And number three is the thyroid will stimulate cells to decrease metabolic heat production. Altogether, these three will cause the body temperature to decrease back to temperature homeostasis, which is between 36.5 to 37.5 degrees Celsius. So let's go into detail with vasodilation. So when the skin receptors detect heat, information will be sent to the hypothalamus, and then hypothalamus will send signals to the dermal arterioles to do two things as well, which is the opposite of vasoconstriction. So first of all, the shunt vessels will be contracted so that less blood will be directed through the subcutaneous layer. And number two, the circular muscle will relax here so that more blood can flow through the skin surface. This encourages heat loss. So in the end, cooler blood returns to the heart. So in conclusion, homeostasis of thermoregulation is the maintenance of the body temperature at the set point of 36.5 to 37.5 degrees Celsius. When it is too hot, your blood vessels will vasodilate and the skin surface will vasodilate. This will encourage heat loss and also sweating to cause evaporation of heat, as well as decrease metabolic heat production by the thyroid, so that the body temperature can go down back to normal. And when it's too cold, vasoconstriction will happen, whereby the blood vessels at the surface of your skin will constrict to limit blood flow through it, so as to prevent heat loss. Also, shivering your muscles, random contraction to generate heat. The thyroid will also increase metabolic heat production. All of this together will maintain the stable internal condition of your body. That's all from me. Thank you.